Good morning. How are you today? Well, I promised I was gonna upload some videos today. Here's my baby. Say hello to the gate. Hi, 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 hi. Here, give me her energy. So yes, guys, we are gonna be doing some videos on obviously Revelations decoded, but also on the major religions. And the thing I want to say to all of you before you watch the videos is that I have been baptized as a Mormon. I have been baptized as a Jehovah's Witness. I've been on the as Muslim. I've been all of them. So Christian. I'm not just saying this because I've researched. I'm saying this by experience, and this is how the source and reveal us the truth through you experiencing the truth, and then that it comes from within, and it is your truth, and helps you awaken. So anyway. I think exposing religions is brilliant. By no means I want to upset anybody, because I know some people are very attached to their religions, and that's okay. I believe it's important to find a way, a community, to help you reach for something, that connection. And the people on the church don't make the church. And some of the most amazing people I've met on the Mormon church, they're completely clueless of how they're being conditioned and manipulated. Nevertheless, they would do anything for you if you ask them. There is lots of priests and lots of people that they're changing how the church do things, and they're doing again incredible things for humanity. And not only I'm gonna be talking about the good, the things that these churches, how they condition the human race, but also the good things that they brought to the world, because as we know, in all religions there is some degree of truth, is half truth. I mean, religions do crack me up. One of my favorites has to be Christianity, isn't it? I mean, whoever, I need to find out the name of that man, whoever actually had that great genius, I mean, you need to agree with me, idea of, it's okay, when you die, if you've been bad, you haven't followed the rules, and you go to hell. But if you've got money, you can buy heaven, isn't it? And I mean, it's that heaven is infinite, you know what I mean? I wonder what the dimensions, of the piece of heaven, and how much they cost, and the marketing strategy. And people go buy heaven. And this is said that how many times the Mormon Church has been exposed, how many times the Vatican has been exposed for all the perversions, for child abuse, for ritual sexual conduct, and we still, Christians or Muslims or Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons, is the condition is so strong. It's like, well, it's only a few. Well, no, not really. The ones on top are the ones who run in the show, and the ones on top are all the same. They're shadows, they're illuminated, they're the ones who wants to keep the condition. But okay, we are gonna start with the Mormon Church. I've got my script from my book here. I hope you enjoy it. I'm very close to the Mormon Church, and if you have watched the videos, my ex-partner, who thought he was a holy chosen one by the Matrix Gods, which he was. He wanted me to marry as a Mormon wife. I'd be submissive to him be in the head. Obviously, that was never going to happen, but that's more or less how it was. The Mormon Church is very, very Masonic. One leader on top, I believe there is 12 underneath, and then the rest. I remember going to their Facebook, and I told them I'm highly disappointed that I cannot befriend any of the 12 of the top. What are you any different from us? What are you so busy? I mean, we all have a plan in place by the source. Nobody is more important or busier than other. The man on the top of the Mormon Church, the so-called leader, I mean, you look into his eyes, a complete pervert. He's tried to stop the traffic of the internet because obviously some Mormon people from the church found out what he was doing, and they try to expose it. And again, he's a very clever man, a clever manipulator, and people just worship him. In every church, there is the church kind of leader, again, worship, and the little tribe that go alongside the church leader, who are all the same crap. It's the only way I can put it. If a woman, I remember that woman decided to say, what cannot women teach? Because men can teach women and men, but women can only teach women. When somebody actually raised the issue, she was actually kicked out of the church because, how dare you ask? You posed the question. Quite funny. There is a lot of wealth, which I'll be explaining. Anybody's got to give 1% of their wages. I never did, not 10% of their wages to the church every month. And it is a place where once you are there, kind of you're not let out. If you want to date, you do it in house. If you want to have a pizza, you do it in house. There is lots of events, community events, very cleverly designed by the church to actually do things for the community, like gardens and stuff. And they just send the people, the leaders to. So the Mormon has got a really good name. We can see how the buses in London have got this logo, I Love Mormon. I wonder how much that cost to have all those buses for I Love Mormon. They've got an amazing choir, incredible choir in the world. But I tell you what most actually intrigued me of the Mormon Church and all their wealth, if they've got the best film studio ever. I mean, the best Jesus Christ movie with incredible special effects, and all the movies that they do are absolutely phenomenal. I give them that, yeah. Wow, how the story of the Mormon Church is actually a complete joke, yeah, complete joke. But basically, God created the children were not evolving, so he had to send them to Earth. That's it. That's the reason why. So the camera's moving. Hopefully that's Divinity playing with it. She likes giving her energy. Anyway, guys, let's go a little bit more in depth and in detail on the Mormon Church through my notes. But we all know that this place attends by the metrics, and the metrics gods to keep the human race under control, which they have beautifully done that. And all recent exposures about the secrecy and behavior of the world leaders in what regards the true nature and intentions is waking us up. Yeah? It's causing a shift within a human collective consciousness. Those who, like the royal family, were at least the royal family in Spain, the king, they used to be admired and looked up, and now they're just seeing all these deceits that they call charities, and they're regarded in a much different light and are seen as, some of them, as the enemies, which they shouldn't. They're just figments of our imagination. Many have also recently become avatars and pioneers of the secret, working non-stop, helping others learn and use the law of attraction, taking control of their life. So that's the action, therefore, need to be taken by the metrics, as what's happening here. We are working people out. The secrets has come out. So one of the things that they wanted to do, which obviously is not quite going to happen to that extent, because you see, as enlightened soul, we expose information. When we expose information, then the metrics know that we know, and then they change it. And we do that constantly. The metric does a creation that we are happy with, like hyperverse. Yeah, something that they're happy with, and we can create wealth. Anyway. The Mormon Church is really a religion which is increasingly in popularity, becoming the world's fastest growing religion. The Mormon leaders portray the religion as the religion of love, of course, unconditional love, leading their followers to their love and care by their superiors, being part of a safe and divine environment. And it really, I give it to them. They portray that very well. It's a very good deceit. The Mormon Church is 100% subsidiary of the Freemasons and world manipulators or reptilian bloodlines. And the Mormon Temple in Salt Lake City, Utah, sits on top of an underground reptilian base. As simple as that. The Mormon Church is a front for widespread satanic activity by Satan, with a mighty, Satan is matrix gods and shadows. Yeah, we understand that. And rituals among its ruling light. Although the vast majority of the members are unaware that this is taking place. Obviously, the people in the Mormon Church, they just think they've got the right heaven there, bless. Yeah. The Mormon Church has been designed to reflect the Freemasons' pyramid and hierarchy of power. So metric scales are on top, and then the sun, and then the other ones underneath. I believe there is, yes, 12 apostles, isn't it? Yeah. Their teachings are based on the Holy Book, the Bible, and three main Mormon books, which they teach constantly, repeatedly. You finish one book, you start again. It's just really exhausting and boring. It is a Masonic structure where men are placed in a position of superiority. Only ministers and members of the congregation can be female. Divine communication with Jesus Christ, listen to this, with Jesus, is only to be engaged by the prophet and the 12 apostles, all male. Jesus Christ could never be spoken or be seen by women. You've got to be kidding me. I've seen Jesus plenty of times. Furthermore, all prayers have to be submitted to Jesus Christ, who would then direct them to be heard by God. All through Jesus and through them. Yeah. The Mormon temples were destined to be the most populated religious buildings throughout the world. The outside and inside of the Mormon temple are full of Freemason connotations. Honestly, couldn't be any more obvious. I don't know how you can miss that. The bull, I mean, it's all there, and symbolizes indicating worship of the devil. You could say that, or dark gods. The obligatory money that is paid monthly by the members is used to fund, build, maintain, and clean the Mormon temples. Contributing to any task within the temple is restricted and considered a blessing. So if you get the title of temple cleaner, you're so blessed. The inside of the temples have been coded by the matrix with a different and higher frequency range. So with this, higher vibrational frequencies experience when somebody enters, oh my God, this is divinity, bless. Please know that the matrix are manipulators, are illusionists, and therefore able to alter a human's mind consciousness easily and perceive different vibrational feelings resembling the frequency of the kingdom of God, paradise. The Mormon Church was to bring divinity to the world. That was their plan till we exposed it. Is a different approach had to be used despite the fear and sorrows constantly instigated within the world. The human race was waking up, so they had to approach things in a much subtle way and bring what the human race could perceive as divinity, which is not my kitty. The matrix was to take a much more powerful and privileged role within the church, the role of Jesus Christ and the savior of the human race. So under the guidance of the matrix goddess, all prayers were directed to him, which was her son, called Jesus Christ. No direct communication with God was to be permitted. He could now have a prophet reporting directly to him, no longer being God's prophet, but the God to pray to. This was an attempt to overthrow the matrix god. Yeah, remember that they're always fighting the gods above. Yeah, if you haven't seen previous videos and you're new to the gate, welcome to the gate, but go and see them. Otherwise, you could be missing some amazing information. Once an individual becomes a member of the church, he or she is required total commitment to their teachings and weekly services. All their teachings must be followed if one is to be baptized and be reborn as a Mormon. Was a moron. Can't help it. A newborn Mormon must demonstrate his devotion and faith in Jesus Christ and give 10% of his monthly wages to the church. This means to support the indulgent nature of their leaders. Their leaders conduct secret monthly rituals with the temple in worship of the matrix god. During these rituals, sacrifices are made, whether animals, sexual abuses, drugs. The marketing and advertising contain subliminal messages to engage new members, like the I Love Mormon. Their own self-financed filming strategy has two aspects. One made to disguise the real purpose of the industry. The member church produces their own religious movies to educate the congregation and to engage further members. And the movies are designed to feed the human mind with subliminal messages to instigate devotion, worship, and submission to Jesus Christ, which is the matrix. The real purpose, however, is to finance and fill pornography. The YouPorn them behind, and all the leaders of the religions. Another even more twisted finance filming was taking place behind closed doors of the human race, us, yeah? Anything. There is a vault. They have the vault in ice. I don't know which part or ice it is, but under ice. They keep all sacred revelations and the human race historical records, all the seedings, what they call the universal wisdom of the matrix. They are kept within the vault at freezing temperatures to preserve and protect any documents, and especially the sheets of human DNA manipulation from damage and decay. It is more secure place in the entire world This is the location of Matrix mainframe, the point where all is controlled and from where the software illusion runs. And this is what I'm saying, that the cold is what keeps them, yeah, technology. The freezing temperatures to keep them from decaying and ensure the preservation. Yeah, heat is their greatest enemy, the sun, obviously the source. And what they're calling global warming is just a joke. It's just rising of frequency and them going against them. Then they've got the church choir designed to assist the church to increase in popularity, especially in the award-winning musical, The Book of Mormon. Absolutely brilliant. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it is, yeah. The building, under the supervision of one of the wealthiest businessmen of Paradise in Utah, is a resident in America for the Mormons, the privileged ones, resembling the perfection of heaven, yeah? So how I mentioned the above, we can see that the wealth, influence, and power the Mormon Church has throughout the entire world, and how the events that are taking place within the church reflects the Matrix future plans to be the chosen religion. To rule behind closed doors. What the leaders of the world called the New World Order. We can also see reflect the Matrix alliance with the Mother Goddess, to direct all worship and submissions to Jesus Christ, her son, and attend to see her son more powerful than her husband through the public display of, of having the goddess submission to the husband, or the woman, female submission to the husband. So I'm going to stop here. There is more to go, but I want to keep the video short so they keep that lot faster, and I don't have any problem with technology testing me. So guys, I hope you're enjoying it. I mean, I personally love revealing the truth. It's in my GNA, and I welcome so many of you to the gate, and more coming. All the ones who want a super conscious reading, please do give feedback. That'd be amazing. If not, it doesn't matter. I still love you unconditionally. Till next video, I'm planning to do the next one on Revelation. So love you unconditionally. Goodbye.